If someone depends on you financially and you don't have life insurance, you're taking a huge risk. Life insurance isn't just for later in life, it's one of the smartest financial tools you can use right now to protect your loved ones and even grow your wealth with it. In this video, I'll break down exactly what life insurance is, the differences between term and permanent coverage, and how to choose the right one based on the goals that you have. I actually got my own life insurance policy just last year, and it's really completely changed how I think about financial planning. It gave me real peace of mind knowing my family is completely covered, and I also discovered some policies that can build tax-free wealth over that time. This video is basically designed to help you understand what life insurance really does, why it matters, and how to decide which type is right for you. Whether you're just starting out or already thinking long-term, I'll show you exactly how to approach life insurance in a smart, simple way. Life insurance is basically like a financial safety net. If you pass away, your policy pays out a lump sum of money to someone that you choose. This is of course called your beneficiary. This could be your spouse, your kids, or anyone who relies on your income. The payout is going to be tax-free and can help cover things like mortgage payments, living expenses, or education costs. If people depend on your income to survive, life insurance really ensures here that they're basically financially protected even if the worst were to happen. It's not really about fear with this, it's more about just having responsibility and planning ahead. There are two main types of life insurance that you need to understand: term life insurance and permanent life insurance. Term life insurance basically covers you for a set period, usually 10, 20, or 30 years or so, and it's the most affordable option, often costing just around under $100 a month for you to have it. If you pass away during that term, your beneficiary receives that full payout for that policy. But if the term ends and you're still alive, the policy expires and has no cash value in that. Permanent life insurance, on the other hand, lasts your entire lifetime and builds cash value over time. You can then borrow against that value or even withdraw later tax-free, which makes it actually kind of like a powerful savings tool in addition to the coverage that you're getting with it. If your main goal here is to protect your family while keeping your costs low, term life insurance is pretty much the right choice. It's super straightforward, affordable, and gives you the coverage you need during any of your highest earning years. But if you've already paid off high interest debt, built an emergency fund, and maxed out things like your 401k match or Roth IRA, then permanent life insurance can cover additional benefits. It basically acts like a tax-free savings account built into your policy, which basically will be growing in value while keeping your coverage in place for your lifetime. Permanent insurance is especially useful too if you're looking for a long-term wealth preservation or estate planning tools. There are really two main types of permanent life insurance that you should know about: whole life and indexed universal life. Whole life policies grow at a fixed rate, usually based on bonds, which gives you pretty much a steady but of course very modest returns. Indexed universal life policies grow based on the performance of a stock market index like the S&P 500, for example, with offering much more upside potential with some protection against losses. If you want predictable growth, whole life is much more conservative here. Yeah, but if you're aiming for a higher long-term return and flexibility, indexed universal life could be a much stronger option. That's what I personally chose because it aligns much better with my long-term financial goals. Now, before you even consider a permanent policy, you really want to make sure that you've handled the basics here. You should have an emergency fund in place, no high interest debt, and be contributing to your retirement accounts, especially if you get an employer match. Life insurance should never replace those priorities. But once they're handled, getting a permanent policy early can lock in lower premiums and give your cash value more time to grow. The younger you are and the healthier you are when you apply, the more affordable and effective your policy will be over time. One of the most important things to really consider about getting life insurance in the first place is to understand what your actual financial planning goals are. Many people that I've talked to before seem to think that the only thing they need for their retirement or their long-term financial estate planning is basically just having an investment account that they throw a lump sum of money into every once in a while and invest in things like an index fund or retirement accounts like a 401k or a Roth IRA. The truth is, this is only half of the equation, and the next big part of it is getting a life insurance plan or just generalized life insurance. That way you can actually protect your long-term assets, and of course people will actually help and be helped if you were to unfortunately pass away. Doing this can really save you a ton of headaches and really provide a sense of relief to a ton of people in your life, especially in the future. And of course, making sure that you have a good insurance term plan that covers everything and gives you a decent payout at the end of all this is definitely worth having, especially if you're a high net worth individual or a high income earner. I've seen tons of stories time and time again where unfortunately someone was to pass passed away and their family members didn't really have the financial capabilities to sustain themselves, which of course could have been prevented by simply going forward and getting a life insurance plan that actually pays out a substantial amount of money to help those actually in need, especially your family members or people that you know in the afterlife. One of the other big recommendations I'd give for life insurance too is having it as basically like a high yield savings account that builds value over time and actually consistently makes gains and benefits. Also remember too that risk is an important factor here. The younger you are, the more risk you can take on as you have much more of a long life expectancy, therefore meaning that you can go with things like the index tracked type of policies that we talked about. Those index life insurance policies actually have much more of a higher benefit to actually gain in value because they're tracking much more aggressive and obviously growth potential things like index funds or the S&P 500, for example. When you're ready to buy life insurance, don't just go with the first option you see either. Look for companies with a very strong track record, ideally like over 100 years of consistent performance, and choose, of course, a mutually owned insurer if that's possible. That means that profits actually go back to the policyholders, not outside investors. Also, make sure you pay attention to added features called riders, which can give you extra benefits like early payouts if you get seriously ill or even disabled. And finally, work with an independent agent who isn't tied to just one company. They can compare multiple policies and help you find the best fit for your goals and your budget. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the options here, don't try to just figure this all out on your own. The smartest move here is to talk to a trustworthy independent agent who can, of course, explain the differences clearly and recommend what fits your situation the best. This is a super simple way to get expert guidance and avoid costly mistakes. Also, if you're curious about talking to somebody to get an idea of what your situation should look like and what kind of insurance you should get, make sure you use that link down in the description for State Farm, where you can book a call with one of their agents and discuss with them what fits your situation the best. When you click that, you just got to click that link, which will take you to this page here, and then you can hit the find an agent button and then enter in your address, city, state, and zip code, and then you can search for nearby agents that you can talk to about getting started with a life insurance policy. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to comment them down in the comment section. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Remember, insurance is a very complicated thing, and it's something that almost everybody at some point in their life is going to need. It's really important to educate yourself before you go forward with any of the policies that we talk about in this video. And of course, please remember that the links down in the description are affiliate links, and we could financially benefit from them at no extra cost to you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.